What's good? What's good? We back. Gonna do a quick hour. Boxing clinic and more. Live boxing 1-on-1. Y'all know what the business is, man. And we back on our grind as usual, man. We're gonna talk some just general boxing. When you talk about Canelo and Anthony Joshua, we're gonna try to dig into the minds of people that support both of these cowards acts. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna dig into it. So give me a second to look some information up. Let me know who I'm rocking with. What's going on, Saul? What's going on, Shine? You United Boxing Talk, Sheldon Holmes. Yeah, Wrench Gang is definitely in the building. All right. Give me 1 second. We gotta see what time this Lions Raiders game come on, man. Come on a little bit later than I expect. I'll go a little bit longer. Oh yeah, it does. Come on a little bit later than I expect. So I'll be on a little bit longer than usual, man. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I ask people like, man, how can you still defend and support Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez? One of the homies say, well, I'm always gonna support my people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did a video on that earlier, so you hear, I'm gonna support my people. But one thing I'm gonna say about this shit, man, this the one thing, it's the most critical thing, and I'm going to rebuttal this time after time. What's going on, Roger Time? So I'm gonna keep rebuttaling this, all right? People that defend what's going on, punchlines of pugilism, people defend Joshua Ducking Wilder. It's Blade now. They defend guys that drop 50 million. People that defend Canelo Alvarez, when Canelo Alvarez juiced and cheated, it's a fact. They defend that. I don't want to hear those people ridicule or criticize nobody in boxing, that's in similar situations. I don't want to hear them say, well, this guy got caught with this in this system, or this guy ducking this guy. I don't want to hear it from you. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, that's the it's 10:30. Come on at 10:30. So we good. Lions and Raiders, 10:30. I'm a big Lions fan. Do the bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. But like I said, that's the one thing I want to point out, man. That's one thing that I want to point out. If you defend or you still rocking with Joshua and Canelo right now, and you defending cowardly acts and cheating and juicing and all of that, all right? I don't want to hear nothing about you complaining about, this guy's ducking that guy and that guy's ducking this guy. I don't want to hear nothing. You lost your right to do that. And I don't give a hell if you're the same nationality. You know what I'm saying? God told me it's cool. I ain't got a problem with it. I support my people. But don't you go out here talking about if somebody get caught popped for juicing, or you say, they should ban him from the sport. You know what I'm saying? You hear people say that about the other fighters that they get pop positive for shit. Ban them from the sport. Ban them from the sport. When it comes to Canelo, they try. Oh no, it was a mistake. He got bad. No, we all knew Canelo was juicing. We knew Canelo was juicing. I mean, people thought he was juicing in the first fight. I defended him, but like I said, you can't criticize. You lost your ability to criticize anybody that cheated in the sport of boxing. In any situation, you lost that. Because no way you can support somebody that's playing with people's livelihoods. When you juice and when you cheat to get a competitive advantage in a combat sport, that should be considered homicide. That should be considered assault with a deadly weapon or something because you're cheating. That ain't nothing to play with. That ain't nothing to play with. So if you rationalize, well, Canelo, it ain't nothing, look at no. Don't you ever criticize no other fighter that tests positive for whatever it may be. You lost that right. And if you defending Joshua ducking all this money, and now you got people saying, Lennox Lewis is now in Wilder's corner. How is Lennox Lewis, how is you hating on Lennox Lewis for wanting to make a fight happen, for doing what a real boxing legend should do? And that's to see the best fight the best. How can you hate on Lennox Lewis? And I'm not talking about the UK people, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like American raccooneries around here, code word, all right? People like that say, Lennox Lewis is, how's Lennox Lewis, how can you hate on Lennox Lewis for wanting to fight the best? And I'm telling you, boxing is a popularity contest, man. Boxing is a game and it's a sport of people, people that just like to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't want no action. It's the ultimate pump fake sport. I'm not talking about the fighters, which you can go into the fighters as well. This is a sport of people that just like to race bait, hide behind the fact that fight's not gonna happen. Hide behind just hide behind their insecurities as a person. That's what it is. They hide behind their insecurity. What's going on, Earl Taylor Senior? They hide behind their insecurities as a person. All this getting behind and race baiting and stuff of that nature, and getting behind this guy, certain guy. That's all insecurities. All that racist shit they talk on here and all that supporting, certain athletes and whatever it may be, whatever complexion for the selection they got. That's something that starts at home. That's something that started as a child or something like that. That was learned in a house. What up, you taught in the house? Mark Wonderlick, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And real talk, guys that defend Anthony Joshua. Excuse me for a minute, y'all. Sit your ass down. Lay down. Lay. Good boy. All right. People that defend Anthony Joshua ducking $50 million and whoop, guys like that, they don't really want the fight to happen. This is what I'm finding out, and I've been finding out over the years. Dudes would rather just talk shit and make and they rather talk shit about, this guy doing this, that. Joshua beat him easy, Wilder duck, Wilder slap your bum. They'd rather talk than the fight actually happen, because if Wilder beat him, then they got to pull some type of funny excuse out their back pocket to be like, or they got to discredit Wilder in some shape or fashion. That's just what's going on, Derek Ray. That's just the nature of boxing. So you can't feed into these fanboys, man. You can't feed into them. And yeah, the sun's gonna shine on the dog's ass at least one day. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They gonna get one. They gonna have a victory. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes down. But they really don't want to see the fight happen. They don't want to see Joshua and Wilder really happen, because then they got to bow down to Wilder and give him his credit, or find a creative way to take away from him, or go to the next best thing. And what Wilder is doing is taking away the next, or trying to take away the next best thing in Tyson Fury. And Joshua gonna fight Dillian White. That's what Eddie Hearn said today. He slipped like the cat out the bag. And ain't really no cat. We know that was out the bag. So right there, and the Pavek gonna get beat. So who they gonna turn to say, he gonna beat Wilder? Alexander Usyk, we gonna tax that ass too. You can't defend both of these guys and then turn around and criticize people in the same predicament or similar situations. You can't do it. He says, if the division had one title, a lot of boxers like, Joshua and Triple G and other ducking cowards will never be champion of the division. Facts. One title, two titles, one or two titles. What's going on, Emmanuel? One or two titles will change the landscape of boxing. That's the way it should be. One or two titles. A lot of dudes going around here calling themselves world champions, being interim champions, regular WWE champions. The title holders, man. Title holders. The word champion is meant for the best fighter in the division. And if the best fighter in the division is not determined yet, and it's still a legit debate, you're not a champion. Facts, you're not a champion. You didn't beat everybody. Undisputed, you can say you beat everybody. I'll give it to you. You can say you're the champion. But a lot of dudes are title holders. And Anthony Joshua is a title holder. Deontay Wilder is a title holder, because we don't know who the best heavyweight. It's a debate. It's a debate. It's a debate. We don't know who's the best champion of that division. Shout out to Rough House Boxing TV. I see you, family. It's a legit debate about who's the best champion. You can't go around calling yourself a world champion. No, you a title holder. There's a lot of title holders in the sport of boxing right now. A ton of them. What's up, Donald Banks in the building? It's a ton of title holders right now. And we can pull up the spreadsheet, all right? Heavyweight, it ain't no consensus number one. Cruiserweight, you can give it to Alexander Usyk. Light heavyweight it's really no consensus number one, but you can go with Alvarez if you like. 68 is not a consensus number one. 160 is not a real champion there. 154, we getting close to honing in on the champion, but it ain't a champion there. 147, we damn know it ain't a champion. Between really 2 or 3 guys there with Crawford, Spence, and Keith Thurman if you want to throw him in. 140, undetermined right now. 135, I mean, you can call Mikey Garcia the champion there. Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, is the champion in 135, you know. 130, if Tank unified, you can call Tank that guy. 126, Gary Russell, the real champion there, because everybody's scared to fight him. 122, you know, it's Isaac Dogboy was trending that way, but it's a lot to do. Ray Vargas, Danny Romaine, and other guys. 118, we're gonna have a champion there when they get done with the tournament. 115, Sora Riebenstein is the champion there. It ain't a lot of champions in boxing, man. What's up, Angel Santos? What's going on, family? It ain't a lot of champions in boxing, man. You know, it ain't. It's title holders. It's a ton of title holders in boxing. Because when you say, yeah, he's solid, he got some more to do, though. You know, Isaac Dogbo got a little bit more to do. But when you talk about champions, you're talking about, oh, he's the best fighter in the division. Title holders are amongst the best in the division. It's way more title holders in the sport of boxing than champions. It's a fact. You can't call yourself a champion if you ain't the best in the division. There's no way you can have a consensus number one. Because as far as 100% number one, because always gonna be somebody say some retarded stuff. You know, it's title holders. It's title holders everywhere. Take away the belts and you tell me, all right, you take away the belt, say there's one champion per weight classes. The game, you have no choice but to fight the best. There's some guys that won't even be champion. There's some guys that won't never be champion. You know, some people say, well, this guy got 2 or 3 belts. He the best in the division. But he got an opportunity. He maneuvered. That's what I say about Undisputed. It ain't that Undisputed make you the like legit, like, oh, he's the greatest of all time, or he done something that was great. It's more business. It's more business than skills right now. It's more of my promoter was able to cut a deal with 2 or 3, 4 other champions in the division, and I beat them, you know. But in other divisions, the reason Undisputed doesn't happen that much is because, 1, the business side of it kills it a lot. 2, a lot of these promotional companies is so much of a network war that they can't afford to lose belts or risk belts being lost because of the swing and the tie of the boxing game and the swing of power will go. So they don't believe their fighter can probably win, or 100% sure their fighter gonna win. So they don't look to make the best fights. You know? Dan Rayfield said Fox wants PBC exclusive rights to all their fighters for a long-term deal. That's a tough call. Showtime pays too good. Dan Rayfield said, I got to check that out. I mean, that's something they might have to look into. You know, maybe I'm gonna look into that. But maybe this is what he said. He says Dan Rayfield said Fox wants PBC exclusive rights to all their fights for a long-term deal. That's a tough call. Showtime pays too good. Hey, could you sit down, sir? Could you sit down before you go outside? Excuse me, y'all. No. I don't want you to rub me. I want you to sit down. Sit down. All right. But yeah, that's a tough call. But how many platforms can Fox offer? It's not that Showtime pay great, because the return. That's another topic, man. Hey, email me that so I won't forget. Legendary Boxer, email me that. One of the few guys that let email me other shit that's other than boxing. What's going on, Southside 601 in the building? We'll have to get you on, bro. That's how you're gonna get exposure going to other shows, my brother. I know you do the Smoke City Mobcast too. Shout out to Junior the Truth. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Junior the Truth, man. I don't know if he over 1,000 yet, but he need to be over 1,000. That's a totally different live stream. I'm gonna make that a different video or live stream tomorrow. Email me that for real so I won't forget, man. But yeah, like I say, you can't defend, or you can't defend Joshua and Canelo at this point. You know, you can't defend them at this point. And if you defend them, you can't go around telling other people you a cheater, you a cheater. And it's still people that still was defending Margarito. It's still people that was completely fine with Margarito continue to fight. I'm telling y'all, it's more about the complexion for the selection process. Margarito was a black fighter, they would have banned him from the sport. Oh, I don't see him fight again, but he kept getting opportunities. Canelo Alvarez with Earl Spence, they would have ran him out the sport. It's a fact. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll check that out too. Javier Logan about Big Baby. And weight game. Yeah, that's obvious. You know, that's obvious. We can go into that as well. But like I said, you know, you can't defend that, man. You can't defend it. Even if, like I said, everybody coming in, my man was like, he cool though. He was like, I just support Canelo. I support my people. But how can you support a cheater? That's not national. That's not ethnic pride at that point. You know what I'm saying? And the Mexican fighters been doing that shit forever. Morales and all them fighters that got caught up in the meat shit. Well, the other cat, what's the other cat that just got caught in the lower weight classes, man? He beat old boy. You know, over there in Japan, you know, for the title. I can't remember his name. You know, but he going back and forth to WBC and shit, all right? Carlos Cuadras told me it was dope, but cocaine, nah, nigga, he was on juice. There's plenty of, and going back farther than that, there's plenty of fighters in Mexican history that already knew what was going on with the meat over there. Plenty of them already knew what was going on. And for Canelo Alvarez, I wasn't aware about the meat situation. No, yes, you was. Luis Nery, that's his name. Shout out to Boxing Idiot, man. You know, there's plenty of fighters that knew about that. And Canelo Alvarez, I didn't know, but the one time that USADA, okay, this is the first time USADA had ever went to go test Canelo Alvarez in Mexico. You know, this is the first time they went over to Mexico to test him. Every time they tested Canelo Alvarez is when he came to America, to San Diego to train, or this time in Colorado. They never tested him in Mexico. His testing always picked up when the fights came in San Diego, where he used to train, and not in Colorado right now. And that tells you that Vita 365 is not 365. Okay? So that's one. That's strike. That's 3 strikes right there. You lying saying you wasn't aware of the Mexican meat issue. Everybody been aware of it. How many Mexicans got to get popped before it clicked in your mind? You know about it. Oh, I'm just gonna defend. No, don't you ever. If you support Canelo Alvarez through this, or try to rationalize that he was cheating and juicing, we all know he was guilty. Don't you ever come over here and say who juicing and who not juicing. Even Anthony Joshua, Earl Spence, whoever. Don't you ever come through history and say, well, Roy Jones was on this, James Toney was on that, or the money team, Mayweather was this and that. No, you lost that. You lost that privilege to come on here to criticize people and talk shit. No, you lost that. You lost that. You can't defend them. You know, and a lot of people support people because of ethnic. Oh, yeah, I fuck with him. But when it come to black fight fans, I got you. When it come to black fight fans, all right. Oh man, y'all just Wilder fanboys. Y'all some Earl Spence fanboys. Oh, I mean, y'all this and that. And yeah, y'all some fanboys, but if you get to talking about Canelo like that, oh, I love your channel. Yeah, Holmes, yeah. You know? So it's kind of embedded where they don't want blacks to support blacks. Hell yeah, I'm going to support Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder. Hell yeah, I'm going to support all the black fucking fighters I can. Hell yeah, I'm going to support Gervonta Tank Davis. Hell yeah, I want Robert Easter Jr. to beat Mikey. But at the same time, you in journalism and media, I can't come on here and be like, yeah, be just straight fanboy and out here just, no, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Because your reputation is all you got. Doing all that clickbaiting and reaching and shit, your reputation is what you got. Your consistency on topics. And that's what's different here. Not a fan. You know, I could be a fan on the internet. I could be a fan when I'm at the fight. I could be a fan in outside of this channel. But my due diligence is to keep it 100. Keep it 100. You know, a lot of people can't stomach that. Oh, you're a Crawford hater. I'm not a Crawford hater because I'm telling you the facts. You can't judge nobody's resume when your resume look like his. Yeah. Some people informed me about that. I didn't know Tank had called Dillashaw out. I didn't know that. So, like I said, I apologize to people. I didn't know that, but it's another topic, all right? But Anthony Joshua, and that's a prime example. Is the reason boxing doesn't thrive is because fans don't want the best to fight the best. They don't want to see the best fight the best. Fans don't want to see Triple G and Canelo winner face Jamal Charlo. They don't want that. That's something they don't want. Oh, what has he done? He ain't did nothing. They don't want to see the best fight the best. They don't want to see. Hold on, somebody. What is this? Somebody sent me something. Oh, okay. You know, they don't want to see the best fight the best, man. That's an actual fact, bro. You know, they don't. You probably gonna hurt your ears in a minute. Yeah, okay, we good. They don't want to see the best fight the best. You know, and that's what it is, man. Because, you know, when it come down to it, they already know who's gonna be the king of the hill. That's what it is. It's just hoping and wishing that something happened. Hoping and wishing that somebody beat Earl. Hoping and wishing that that Lomachenko don't get beat. It's a pride thing. You know? It's a pride thing. That's why boxing can never move on into the Nah, that ain't the real one, bro. I don't think that's the real one, dog. Cause the real one got a wrench, bro. So nah, that's fake. That's a fake account. But he good. He did the right thing because he got a wrench in here. Excuse me. Oh, but yeah, that's why you don't get the best fight. These fans are happy seeing a guy like Errol Spence in the mud. That's not the real 7'8", dog. That's not. He got a wrench in here. That guy didn't have a wrench. Shout out to Deuce 09. Appreciate it. All right. You know, that ain't nothing but that one guy, you know. But that's why you don't get the best fights, because fans don't really demand it. They happy seeing Errol Spence stuck in a dilemma. They happy that Deontay Wilder can't get his hands on Anthony Joshua. They happy. They happy that Tank won't step up and fight Lomachenko right now. What's going on, World Breaker Fighting? They happy that they happy that they could just talk shit and there's no repercussions behind it. If it was one belt, boxing would be a totally different landscape. If it was two belts, that boxing would be a totally different landscape. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a totally different landscape if it was one or two belts. A lot of these dudes, I'm telling you, it ain't that many champions in boxing right now. It ain't that many champions. I can give you the champion. It's only a few champions in boxing right now, bro. Look, I'm gonna go down. Usyk is one of the only few champions in boxing right now. You can make a case for Alvarez at 175. 168 don't have a true champion. 160 close to having 160 don't have a true champion. 154 close to having a true champion between Hurd and Charlo. 147 don't have a true champion. 140 don't have a true champion, but they close to figuring that out. 135, Mikey Garcia is a true champion there. You know what I'm saying? You know, they want to say Lomachenko, he got one fight at 135, all right? 130, if Tank unified, Tank could be the one real true champion there. I give him that. I think he's the best still right now. 126, in my opinion, Gary Russell was the real champion there. With or without Leo Santa Cruz. I can look back in history and say, you know what? You know, fuck what you said with her. Gary Russell was the real champion 126 because legitimately they don't want to fight him. 122, that's to be seen. I probably predict Isaac Dog, but 118, we're going to have a true champion in a year. 115, this is as far as I go, is Soren Riverstein. So your true champions is Soren Riverstein, Gary Russell, Mikey Garcia, all right, Alexander Usyk. Those are the true champions. And I could throw Adrian Alvarez as being the best at 175, in my opinion. It's only 4 or 5 champions, a handful of champions in boxing. The rest of these guys are title holders. Yup, the rest of these guys are title holders. Because a champion means that when you say the Super Bowl champions, they the best in the league. When you say the NBA Finals champion, the best in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? October's World Series. It's only one champion. One champion. Wimbledon, one champion. NASCAR, one champion. No other sport. UFC, one champion. Cyclists, one champion. It's only one champion out there. One champion. And it's only a handful of champions in the sport of boxing. Still, Spence is not proven to be a champion at 47. He's a title holder. Until the situation sort itself out. You could predict and say he's the best at the division. But if you move up right now, there's a legit debate if Spence was the best at 47. He move up and don't fight nobody else at 47. Well, he didn't do, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't under his control of the power. What's up, Tony? But it's the way the crookie falls. Crumble. A lot of times when Pacquiao moved up in weight, he never beat the guy. He never was the guy at a weight. People just go back in time and say since Pacquiao was the truth at 147, he beat Margarito at 150 or 151. Oh, he would have beat this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. That's what fighters try to do. But at the time, it still was questions. Like I said, it's only 4 or 5 champions in boxing right now, in my opinion. The rest of these guys are title holders. Heavyweight division, title holders. Like it or not, Wilder's a title holder. Like it or not, Joshua's a title holder. Until they fight, it's title holders. It's only one champion. It ain't 4 different champions in the division and a couple sub-champions. It don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And don't let nobody else tell you different. It ain't your opinion or who will win, Harvard or Spence, and that's the true champion. No, they niggas is title holders. They world title holders. Let's stop using world champion. World champion is fit for the clear number 1 best in the division. There's no other if and buts about it. This guy is the guy. This is the guy. Shane Mosley at 35, he didn't have to be undisputed to be, okay, that's the guy. Adrian Broner at 135, he was the guy, like it or not. He was the best 135-pounder there. Floyd Mayweather at super featherweight, best super featherweight. You can go on and on. Bernard Hopkins, a lot of times, 160 was the best. It wasn't the best cream of the crop there at 160. He was the best. He was a real world champion. Go up to Andre Ward. He was a real champion at 68. Roy Jones, real champion at 68 and 75, in my opinion. These are real champions. Guys that was the guy. It was no debate. That's what I say when champion. Champion is the highest regards in sports. Only in boxing does it has multiple champions per division. That's not the way it should be. It's one champion. And a lot of people don't want that. It's the fans' fault that we don't get the best. It's the fans' fault. Oh, he had 2 or 3 tough fights in a row. Who cares? It's boxing. You supposed to get the best fights in a row. You act like this nigga fought 3 or 4 people, tough fights in a row. For 6-8 month period. These niggas is fighting 2 or 3 tough fights in a row for 2 years. For 2 years, it take dudes to get 3 fights. 2 fights sometimes. If you fighting at a 2-fight pace a year, if you're fighting at a 2-fight pace a year, man, that's that. You should be fighting 2 extremely talented fighters each time out. Yeah, Chavez was the best. At 140, I believe it was. He was the best. You fighting 2 times a year, you complain about tune-up. You don't deserve a tune-up. But like I said, it comes back to the fans. Defending stuff like Joshua and Canelo Alvarez. And I'm telling you, they don't want the best fights. Those fans, a lot of fans don't want the best fights. They'd rather go back and forth and debate to you than get a real result. Seriously, they'd rather go back and forth with you than get a real result in boxing. Because when shit don't go that way and fighters get beat up, they either try to make an excuse for it, okay? All right? Or they go hide and deleting their channels, deleting their accounts, and they go into hiding. It ain't that deep for me. It ain't never been that deep. You know what I'm saying? A loss ain't the end of all loss, but when you talk so much shit, when you talk all day, all you say all this stuff, you say all this shit, there's no way this guy could beat this guy. Watch when I tell you, dog. If Wilder and Joshua ever fight happen and Wilder win, watch what happen. Watch what happen. Niggas gonna disappear and evaporate, bro. But boxing, like I said, watch the terms you using, dog. Watch what you using. You can't call a dude a champion. He ain't a champion. Triple G a prime example. The motherfucker ain't fought nobody. That nigga was never a champion at 160. Never. Never. He was close. But when it was time to get that real champion belt, that WBC belt, or fight Canelo, who was a real WBC champion, he came up short. He came up short. But they ain't trying to hear me though, bro. They ain't trying to hear this real shit, man. We spitting out here, man. Like I said, man, you gotta learn. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta learn not to go back and forth with dudes, man. For real. For what? These dudes know what they doing. They know what they're doing. You got dudes out here that got channels that want to get close to fighters, that want to be synonymous with fighters. I don't want to be synonymous with nobody. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, that's that nigga that interview woo 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 all the time. You know what I'm saying? No, that's that nigga that woo woo woo. That's always with that guy. No, that's leech. That's being the leech. I don't need no fighter to get on. I don't need to be Ben Thompson in the videos, you know, asking dumb questions, you know, dick sucking for flight tickets, you know what I'm saying, kissing Eddie Hearn's cheap ass penny loafers to get flew out to Chicago. No, I don't want to be on your payroll. You know, I don't want to be a fanboy. I don't want to sell out for no dollars. Your self-worth is more, your reputation is something that's going to be here. That money is going to be gone. When they bury your ass in that motherfucking 6 feet deep in the ground, that money, you can't take it with you. But your reputation and your image and how people view you is always going to be on this earth, like it or not. So when I go, oh, Top Rank gave me this, and that, and this, to go over there and coon, no. And he said, oh, you know, if you change the narrative and you do this and that, I fly you. No, I don't need you, bro. I don't need you. Because my reputation is more than that. What I'm building here, why would I, all this blood, sweat, and tears I put on this channel just to turn on a dime to become a fuck nigga? Never. Now, it's going to take $1 billion. Multi-$100 million. You know what I'm saying? Because that reputation is deep. You know, very, very deep. Very, very deep. These fighters don't really want to be doing these interviews with these niggas, dog. You can see how uncomfortable they is. They don't even want to do interviews with major publications. And it's some that really are engaging in these interviews. It's some that are really, really engaging. You know, but some that just sleepwalk and this and that, you know. And the real dudes that love doing the interviews are the coaches and the older fighters. They love talking boxing. Austin Trout loved doing the interview we did with him. Joel Diaz, Timothy Bradley, old coach, he loved the interview we did. You know what I'm saying? Those the guys that you want to those are the guys that you want to interview, man. He said, Southside said, I'm still pissed Tyson Fury got Wilder fight instead of me. Hell, AJ told him to fight the fans. You know, I'll scrap his ass for a bag, no problem. Yeah, you're right. You know, at the end of the day, man, you gotta wash your hands with that situation, man. You know, he gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna hide on the UK. You know, it's up to the UK fans to put the pressure on him. You know, that is what it is, man. You know, definitely might crank up the Michelle Boyd interview dudes and then interview at their cribs. Bang bros. I mean, she got to eat. They got to show her some more respect with all that shit, though, man. I take that as a sign of disrespect. Doing all that shit and playing porn in the background. I take that as a serious sign of disrespect to her journalism. I know Black Fight Fan called her a big chested old girl. I'm like, she's just trying to, grind. But like I said, that ain't none of my business. I'm not going around here interviewing these fighters. No, no, not at all. Some of them I would consider them the older fighters, but these young guys, nah, man. Not at all, man. We're going to go ahead and log off, man. I'm going to come back probably tomorrow, do a few live streams, have some brothers come. I got some more videos I got to drop tonight, so I'm about to unleash the archives. Got a few archive videos I'm behind. I got at least 3. And then I'm going to get to that. I'm going to do a live stream about that shit about what Legendary Boxer was talking about. Let me see what my archive looking like. No, 1, 2. Yeah, I got 3. Yep, I got 3 to unload for the night, man. So I'm definitely going to talk about that Fox thing, man. With what he was talking about PBC and Fox. PBC wanted to buy exclusive rights to Al Heyman PBC. It would depend on the platform, man. I mean, I'm just give you a taste of what I would do. What Legendary Boxer said is that Fox wants to exclusively own the rights to PBC and all their fighters and all their fights, and take it away from Showtime. You know what I'm saying? For one, Showtime will be dead in the motherfucking water. All right, if that happened. For 2, would Fox have enough fight days to accommodate? And Showtime, in my opinion, doesn't have enough fight days to accommodate for them. So, what I would do is, you have to compromise. You have to tell Fox, like, look here, we need another outlet. We do. We want to give you good fights. But we going to still work with Showtime. What we can do for you is promise that we won't work with CBS. We won't put no fights on CBS, but we'll either do fights on Fox and then we could do fights on Showtime. That's the perfect platform. Perfect platform. You know what I'm saying? We need that them PBC on Fox. But if Fox is giving you fight dates or they got a new streaming service they're going to be doing or they just putting the cash up, man, you got to roll with Fox. I'm sorry. Shout out to Saul Gartieres, man. I appreciate it, bro. You gotta do that, bro. Fox, man, they put these type of fights they putting on Showtime on Fox. PBC will change. Man, you think niggas mad at PBC right now? They will be mad. Showtime ain't cutting it. If anything, I'm gonna keep it real. Showtime is hurting the PBC brand. If PBC was on HBO, the game would be over with, bro. The game would be over with. I know CBS owns Showtime, but they got to promise. I would have them promise not to put no fights on CBS because it's a regular channel. Regular channel fights should come on to Fox. Them motherfuckers will blow the water. They'll blow the man. If PBC put them fights they be putting on this year, some of these fights they put on this year on Fox this year, they'll blow that shit out the water. Fox know what it is, man. And on Fox, I'm saying, look here, we could do Tuesday night fights, Thursday night fights on regular fight on Fox, and Friday night fights. And that's would be the ticket for boxing to go back to where it was. It'd be the ground root of why boxing became a popular sport way back when. It was because the fighters were fighting on Tuesday, Thursday nights, and it was accessible. You don't need no money to watch Fox. You get an antenna box and you watch it. So you're going to drive more fans in. Showtime is legitimately hurting the PBC brand. If anything, it's stunning its growth. We know CBS is Showtime, but guess what? Showtime ain't got enough viewership for PBC. It's hurting it. But they would need a lot of money, but Fox got money. Fox got a shit ton of money. Money ain't no problem with Fox. Fox pockets deeper than CBS. I would believe. You know what I'm saying? Fox pockets is deep. But we'll finish something we finish talking about tomorrow. Make sure y'all check out. Well, we're about to. All right, Fremont. I feel you. I feel you. I'm about to go ahead and log off, man. Get ready for this Lions and Raiders game. And talk about it on my other channel. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check out the podcast we got in the description. Hopefully I get on the horn with Callie. We can do some more records this weekend, and I release all these episodes as we record them or at a certain point in time. So y'all go check out the podcast. The link in the description. Also, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All that's in the description. Also, if you want to join our new college sports page, S1210 College Sports Most Wanted. All those links are in the description. Definitely appreciate it. If you want to donate other than a super chat, the PayPal link is there as well. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the